What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and today we will be discussing Venus, squared Lilith, Synasty aspect. So this is for anybody that has this with somebody, knows somebody that has this with somebody, okay? You can have this with, definitely, it does show up in relationships, intimate ones, okay? Not saying that it cannot show up in friendships, parent, child relationships. You know, it could pop up anywhere. All right, but let's break down what Venus is all about. So we know Venus is linked to the second house and the seventh house in the natal birth chart. Taurus rules over the second house and Libra rules over the seventh. So Venus has a lot to deal with love, creativity, talent, luxury. It also has to deal with your self-worth, the intake and the outtake of money, commitment, one-on-one dealings with people. Has to do with grace, peace, tranquility. So Venus is the planet of love, right? And it's more about a serious tone to it because it has a lot to deal with balance, but it has a lot to deal with stability. So we know Lilith, okay? Lilith is not a planet. Lilith is an asteroid. This asteroid is depicted as feminine energy. Lilith and Adam were husband and wife. In mythology, they say that Lilith was made up of the same things as him. Okay? She didn't want to be overpowered. She wanted to be her own unique person and not being controlled in any kind of way. So supposedly she was casted out of the garden, went off to get possessed by demons and the devil, and fucking the demons and fucking the devil. Okay, so in a sense, this is more about being free. It's about freedom. It's about breaking the norms, status quos, not going along with an agenda, not going along with a plan, doing your own thing. Okay, so this is rebellious energy, devilish, devious energy as well. So the square is going to indicate there is a conflict going on between this planet, Venus, and then also this asteroid, Lilith. Okay, there's something going on. So we're going to dive deep into this. So, sexual attraction is going to be all the way at the top of the charts with this. Okay, the Lilith person, okay, in general, can make the Venus person feel like they have put in some kind of spell on them. All right, making them want them, fall in love with them, deal with them, mess with them. All of these different types of things is what the Venus person can begin to start thinking or believe. So now both people involved may also have a love-hate relationship where there's periods of times where they absolutely love each other, you know, all the way down to the heart, all the way down to the core. And then other periods of times they absolutely can't stand each other. They hate each other. It's almost in a repulsive kind of way. They could be disgusted with the partner. Look at the partner as distasteful. Okay, all of these different types of things, but then turn right back around and fall deeper and deeper into the trenches of love. So this is some other shit. Me and my husband have Venus conjunct Lilith conjunct Venus aspect. Okay, so which is going to be very similar to this, but keep in mind that the squares pull more towards the intensity of kind of like real chaotic. You see what I'm saying? Where with the conjunction it can swing back and forth for being smooth and chaotic, okay? So this is something that's going on and taking place here, but the Venus person will find their self more and more attracted to the Lilith person over a course of time. Okay, this is exactly why they feel like they're being in some kind of love spell. Okay, why? Because in the beginning they might have just been like, you alright, shorty, we're gonna chill, we're gonna hang, kick it, smash. Okay, and then over a course of time you start really digging this person, feeling this person, thinking about this person, thinking about their touch and their feels and all types of things like that. Okay, so now the Lilith person will try their best to maintain their freedom in the connection. Okay, so the Lilith person is trying to still have their own personal time and space, but still incorporate themselves with the Venus person. This is what the Lilith person is trying to do. Now, the Venus person will crave for the Lilith person's touch, for their taste, for their lips, for their hands, for their fucks, for their sucks. Okay, I mean, this is what happens. You got to tell me if y'all got this with somebody. So it's something about the Lilith person that is hard for the other people, okay, other people around to compete with. So this Lilith person is coming to the table with strong sexual energy. They could be very charismatic, very charming, very encouraging at times. They can be very supportive. Okay, so it's a lot of qualities that this Lilith person holds and possesses, even though it does come from like a sexual level. Okay, it's other things. So when they meet other people, it's hard for other people to compare to this Lilith person. So this Synasty aspect is considered forbidden love or the forbidden fruit. Okay, so you know, anytime you talk about forbidden anything, okay, that means that's something that you shouldn't even get into. Maybe something you should take caution to, because it could be a lot of things that come along with it. Okay, so now be on the lookout for age gaps, different cultures, different upbringings, people from different worlds and different backgrounds, bosses dating co-workers, people that are still married to someone else, a mistress, a side chick, a side dude. Okay, you see all of these different things. So I wouldn't be surprised if this relationship started off as a fling. Okay, and I don't even want to say a fling. This relationship started off as getting up, chilling, having a good time, enjoying each other's company, and fucking. While the other person is probably still in some type of relationship with somebody, because this is a side chick, side dude indicator. All right, or messing with each other, having an affair. Okay, period. So people with this can also be a side chick for years or a side dude for years before fully getting together. So this is one of those placements where the side dude or the side chick can become the main dude or the main chick. Oh, this is this kind of placement because it's powerful. It captivates the people. These people could literally leave the person that they're with for each other. So it's that powerful. The Lilith person can be very convincing, very persuasive. The Lilith person can come to the Venus person with propositions that is hard for them to turn down. Okay, so this is like maybe you're going through some kind of breakup in your relationship. Okay, and let's say the guy comes to you and says, well, you know what, I'm sorry that happened to you. You deserve better. Okay, I know you don't got a car right now, but I'm gonna get you a car. We're gonna get your license together. So you, okay, so it's these kind of things. All right, we can move in together and things like that. When you get on your feet, and then they get on their feet, and then they start working together, but they start beefing and arguing too. Okay, so it's a whole bunch of shit going on in here. So when the Lilith square Venus Synasty aspect, there may be a deep-seated conflict between the desire for connection and also the need for independence. This aspect can create a sense of friction and also challenge in the realm of romance and also the personal relationships. So it may manifest as a balance between the desire for intimacy and the fear of vulnerability, leading to power struggles and emotional intensity. So yes, these people are going to have power struggles, have conflicts, arguing and bickering, okay? Maybe even verbal abuse can be seen. Also, it can even be physical hands-on activity, okay? The feelings run really, really high, really, really deep. But there's something about this love that's a little chaotic. So there is a lot of sexual attraction, but also repulsion between the people. We know repulsion has to deal with intense distaste or disgust. Okay, so even though it's sexual attraction, it's still something about the person. So this is like going back to the side dude and the side chick. Let's say that you got a dude, okay, and he's had this side chick for over 20 years. She just reappears. She just reappears after breakups, or they still are in communication with each other in some kind of way. This is what the type of shit is. All right. It's things that the Venus person loves about the Lilith and Pluto. Lilith person, but it's going to be a turn on and turn offs. You're turning me on and you're turning me off. But when you're turning me on, you're turning me on. When you're turning me off, you're turning me off. Just like the love-hate relationship. Okay? So, love-hate relationship. Lust-love relationship. Is this relationship built off of love or lust? Is the question. So this is an extremely powerful and unusual placement. Okay, so let's see why. Okay, this is an extremely powerful and unusual placement. So the sexual tension and chemistry between you and the other person can feel so strong and irresistible that even if one or both of you aren't each other's usual type, you will still feel sexually attracted to them. Okay? In a magnetic way. It's pulling you towards the person. Now, this is what I'm saying. Going back to the side chick, side dude. Okay? Maybe this is not the person that you probably thought you would even wife up or hub up. Right? And over a course of time, you start seeing things that are wifey qualities or hubby qualities, and now you're being turned on even more about the qualities and not so much the appearance. So people with this can easily get with somebody, okay, where they're definitely gonna have some kind of sex appeal, all right, but maybe they're not like their ideal person in certain areas and things like that, but certain areas they definitely are. So some people can run from this kind of connection, from this kind of love, while one stays and continues to endure. Okay, so here we go. This could push towards on again, off again relationships. This could push towards affairs and cheating on one another. This can also push towards one night stands, friends with benefits, being the other woman, being the other man. Okay, many a times people that have these placements, women that they're together, women that they're not, it's something about them that they're like, they hang on. They hang on. So this is a sexually powerful, passionate placement. And for the relationship or marriage, filled with a lot of desire for sex. Okay? This is a sexual link and a sexual bond, if anybody did not know. That's one area that they do not have a problem in. Okay? The sex, no. And this is probably what gets them off into the shit that they gonna go through. So over a course of time, the Venus person could feel like or get the idea that the Lilith person is running game on them or trying to manipulate them. The Lilith person could try to secretly gain the love and commitment of the Venus person or convince them to get into a relationship through manipulation, underhanded tactics, or deceptive ways. Okay, so this is exactly why Venus person feels like they're in a love spell or have been cursed in some kind of way to this person, because the Lilith person will go to extremes to get this person, to win them over. Okay, keep in mind the Lilith person can probably look at the Venus person as their ideal partner. Okay, now it's going to come along with possessiveness. Okay, it has to deal with a lot of control. Psychological mind games and things like that can go on and take place. Psychological warfare is going on here. But the Lilith person wants to gain that commitment. So this is why I said, if it's an on again, off again relationship and you started off as side pieces and things like that, now you're together or now you're married. Okay, they persuaded you, or they're trying to persuade you in some kind of way for you to come in. They're luring you to come in, and it's irresistible. It's undeniable. Okay, when it comes to being hard to not get involved. Okay, the Lilith person is promising something or guaranteeing something to the Venus person. The Venus person may be the one who is reluctant to fully commit and enter into a monogamous relationship or a loyal, committed relationship with the Lilith person. All right. And this is because the Venus person gets the sense on a subconscious level that the Lilith person cannot be trusted. You got to be careful with this kind of stuff, because this is the thing. The Venus person is hard to pin down. The Venus person probably has options. The Venus person probably has situations and circumstances. Okay, this is why the Lilith person gets real creative, okay, on their approach to the Venus person. If the Lilith person wins over the Venus person, they feel like they have won some kind of victory. This is some crazy shit. This relationship may have started off as an affair, okay, cheating, a pop off, a jump off, okay, like when you're popping off and jumping off with each other. This is also like Lilith is promising Venus something, okay, offering them, like I said, the proposition, going back to that, that is extremely hard for the Venus person to refuse. These people can still be in communication with each other even when they're not together. And this begins the vicious cycle once again for them to get back together. So this is really just giving side chick, side dude vibes. If you have this and you're married, 9 times out of 10, you could have left your partners for each other, or got together and fell for each other very, very soon after a breakup went on and took place in your own individual lives. That's usually another common thing. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave this on us note for now. Tell me what y'all think about this, because this one was something else. Venus squared Lilith Synasty aspect. Okay, if anybody wants to get their chart analyzed, please hit me up. My phone number is 516-738-6042. Headbanger Tour in New York. Okay, July all the way to September. Come out and support. We're going to have fish fries, barbecues. Always going to have drinks on deck, even when we're not barbecuing and doing fish fries. Please support the channel. Donate to the channel if you can. Please like and subscribe. Also share the videos as well. Okay, so this is a force of nature. Spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all. And I will see you on the next one.